Let's pull back the curtain and dive into the real lives of the unforgettable cast of Gladiator. Behind the armor, swords, and dramatic tension on screen, these actors brought their own unique stories and personalities to the roles that captivated us. So, who were the people behind these legendary characters, and how do their lives compare to their on-screen personas? First, there's Russell Crowe, the face of Maximus Decimus Meridius. In the film, Maximus is a stoic and determined general, a man of few words but immense conviction. Off-screen, Crowe is no less formidable. Known for his intense dedication to his craft, Crowe famously gained and lost significant weight for roles, endured grueling physical preparation, and immersed himself deeply into his characters. Yet in real life, Crowe is also a musician, fronting a rock band called the Ordinary Fear of God. His fiery temperament, often reported in tabloids, mirrors some of Maximus's raw intensity. But there's a softer side to Crowe that fans rarely see: his love for his family and his homeland, New Zealand. Like Maximus, Crowe values loyalty and integrity, qualities that shine through both on and off the screen. Then there's Joaquin Phoenix, who gave us the chilling and unforgettable Commodus, the power-hungry and manipulative emperor. In stark contrast to his on-screen persona, Phoenix is known for being soft-spoken, introspective, and deeply committed to causes like animal rights and environmentalism. Growing up in a tight-knit family of performers, Phoenix has often spoken about how his brother River's tragic death shaped his perspective on life and his career. Commodus was a character defined by insecurities and the need for validation, but Joaquin in real life seems far more grounded, channeling his emotional depth into performances that leave audiences breathless, from Gladiator to his Oscar-winning turn in Joker. Let's not forget Connie Nielsen, who played the strong and compassionate Lucilla. On screen, Lucilla navigates the dangerous waters of Roman politics with grace and courage, protecting her son and opposing her brother, Commodus. Off-screen, Nielsen has a similarly fearless approach to life. Born in Denmark, she began her career in European cinema before transitioning to Hollywood. Fluent in multiple languages, she's not just an actress, but also an advocate for global humanitarian issues. Like Lucilla, Nielsen exudes a quiet strength that has made her a respected figure both in Hollywood and beyond. Oliver Reed, who played Proximo, the gruff yet lovable gladiator trainer, left a lasting impression on audiences with his commanding performance. In real life, Reed was no less larger than life, known for his hard-partying ways and legendary stories from film sets. Reed's wild reputation was both celebrated and controversial. Sadly, Reed passed away during the filming of Gladiator, and his scenes were completed using CGI. His portrayal of Proximo, a character who believed in redemption and second chances, felt eerily reflective of his own journey in life. Someone who lived on his terms but also faced his share of struggles. Jimin Hansu, who played Juba, Maximus's loyal friend and fellow gladiator, brought something deeply human to the role. On-screen, Juba's strength wasn't just in his fighting. It was in his heart, his quiet wisdom, and his unwavering belief in a better life. Off-screen, Hunso's life mirrors much of that same resilience. Born in Benin, West Africa, he moved to France as a teenager, chasing a dream but finding hardship instead. He faced struggles most of us could barely imagine, even spending time homeless before being discovered as a model. That discovery was his way out, and he didn't just stop at fashion. He pushed himself into acting, where he found his voice. Hanso's breakout moment came with Amistad, where his raw and powerful performance earned him global recognition. And in Blood Diamond, he reminded us once again why he's one of the most emotionally compelling actors of his generation. Like Juba, Hounsou carries his roots with him in everything he does. He often speaks passionately about African representation in Hollywood and his desire to see more authentic stories told about the continent. It's as if the spirit of Juba lives on in him, not as a warrior in an arena, but as someone fighting for justice and dignity in real life. Then there's Spencer Treat Clark, who played young Lucius, the boy who admired Maximus with wide-eyed wonder. In Gladiator, Lucius represented innocence and hope, a child caught in a world far beyond his understanding. Clark, in many ways, seemed to bring a piece of himself into the role. As a young actor, he wasn't just playing a part, he was genuinely absorbing the world around him, working alongside some of the most talented performers in cinema. After Gladiator, Clark didn't fade into the background. He continued his career thoughtfully, taking on roles in films like Unbreakable and Glass, where he showed a talent for portraying complex, introspective characters. In interviews, Clark comes across as someone who values his craft deeply, but hasn't let fame define him. His portrayal of Lucius captured that same quiet admiration we might feel when watching someone we look up to, a feeling he brought to life naturally, even as a young boy. And let's not forget Richard Harris, who played Marcus Aurelius, the wise emperor whose death set the film's events into motion. Harris was a giant of a man, both in presence and personality. While Marcus Aurelius was calm and reflective, Harris in real life was a whirlwind. And he loved poetry, music, and a good laugh, and he lived life unapologetically. His portrayal of the emperor had a depth that could only come from someone who had seen and experienced so much in life. Harris's final scenes in Gladiator are haunting, as if he knew this role would be one of his last great contributions to cinema. What makes the cast of Gladiator so fascinating is how human they are behind the characters. These aren't just actors who stepped into roles. They're individuals with real struggles, passions, and triumphs that shaped who they are and what they brought to the screen. Hounsou's fight to overcome adversity, Clark's thoughtful growth as an artist, and Harris's larger-than-life spirit all shine through in the film. These are the kinds of stories that remind us why Gladiator became such a phenomenon. The film wasn't just about ancient Rome or epic battles, it was about people. People fighting for what they believe in, for family, for freedom, for a legacy that outlives them. And when you look at the lives of the actors who brought these characters to life, you see those same themes reflected in their journeys. In the end, Gladiator is more than just a film. It's a showcase of humanity, on screen and behind the scenes. The cast didn't just carry the weight of their roles, they brought pieces of themselves into the story. And in doing so, they created something timeless. These real-life heroes remind us that, just like in the film, it's not the battles we fight that define us, but the strength we find to rise again. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more stories about the faces you know and love, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update.